Judge Alex Kaczynski has been accused of harassment. I always wonder what they wore under those robes. Trump traveled to the Mississippi Civil Rights Museum and praised historical black leaders, particularly the ones that were murdered by white people. Winklevoss twins are Bitcoin billionaires. Good to know something is finally going right for them. Trump has received ridicule for a recent video of him slurring the name of the country he's supposedly running, but it's wrong to make fun of the cognitively disabled. Bitcoin plunged 18% before stabilizing. Soon you'll be able to trade Bitcoin futures while we take bets on the future of the human race. Senator Chuck Grassley criticized the plebeians for expenditures like booze, women, and movies. What the fuck does Congress spend their money on? Trent Franks asked an employee to bear his child. He's old-fashioned that way. A Roy Moore assault survivor has been receiving death threats, while Moore remains in the lead as Alabama's pro-life candidate. Senator Franken steps down. He's really taking the moral middle ground. Tylenol kills empathy, but I don't care. A kid cemented a microwave to his head, which would be pretty convenient. Sandusky, like father likes sons, like son likes daughters. Congratulations on Joe George's medal for courageous disobedience. Weinstein dick needles is an actual news thing. I don't want to touch that one. I really want to beat the dude's ass who assaulted Terry Crews. The state of California has been sued over its childhood illiteracy rate, but how are those kids going to read that lawsuit? New secret spy agency could provide Trump with an alternative to the CIA, but if he's an Archer fan, I hope he doesn't contact the wrong ISIS. Patagonia sues Trump over the seizure of protected land, and I guess in response, Trump had a seizure at his podium. There's oil on Titan, Saturn's moon, if you really want to avoid green energy. Science may not be far from manufacturing artificial organs, which is really going to fuck up the deep web harvest market. NASA has developed a new tire design, which is great that they're doing something. $250 million in Colombian coke was found in Spain, and I just really feel like I'm not invited to the right parties. The plot to assassinate Theresa May would have never gotten so far along if they had cast Tom Hardy as 007. Donald Trump was a runner-up for Time Person of the Year. How does that grab you? The Myanmar genocide is one of the top genocides trending right now. Ex-president of Georgia, Mikhail Saakashvili, was freed from prison by a horde of supporters. I don't think there's too many American politicians that popular. Dusseldorf train collision really has me questioning German stereotypes. The Peace Diamond was sold to raise funds for Sierra Leone. Hopefully it was called that because it didn't take a piece of a child's hand as it came out of the ground. Conyers' son and great-nephew are competing for his seat. I don't know if it's the actual one that he sat on in his underwear. FBI agent Peter Strzok was reassigned from the Mueller investigation. Is this the part where he goes rogue and takes on the White House by himself? And for the record, Mueller can spend whatever he wants. By the way, Al Franken stepping down kind of makes me wish he had ever been funny. Russian athletes banned from the Olympics for sending Boris and Natasha to do a moose's job. Babies' brains are being damaged by air pollution, not only racism, classism, ableism, and sexism. Walter Scott's killer gets sentenced to 20 years in prison, but which 20? Porn star August Ames died apparently from bullying. I know what you're jerking off to tonight, jerks. Bots are trying to end net neutrality, probably to make it more difficult for us to prevent their takeover. A school shooting in New Mexico. The school died. And the soon-to-be murdered Ajit Pai has been joking about how he's a Manchurian candidate Verizon puppet installed to destroy the internet. Hilarious. The RAND report sounds like a scam. We spend so much money on exploding stuff. Congress had to make a rule that we spend at least as much money on stuff that doesn't explode. And a mob in Sweden vandalized a synagogue, or was that a rerun?